Hey folks, I'm standing outside of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and this is where the United States Declaration of Independence was signed. And look, I'm Canadian, but I still think that that is a remarkable document. You know, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'm going to compel him to include women in the sequel. Work! But what's interesting to me about the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution is that they didn't represent America as it was. They don't represent America as it is. What they represent is America as it should be in the eyes of the people who created those documents. And that vision is something that millions of people over the years have bought into, that this is America how it should be. And what's really interesting for me in the creation of those documents and the creation of America in general is that, look, lots of praise gets heaped upon the Founding Fathers and lots of things get overlooked about the Founding Fathers. But essentially, they said, we're going to create a government by the people and for the people, which was the vision. But then they also acknowledge that the people are often awful, that people are jealous, small-minded, partisan, self-absorbed, and untrustworthy. And they said, given that's the case, how do we create something that works and has to be run by assholes? And that really has been why things have stood up for so long, because it was built to recognize government by the people, for the people. Now, what are people actually like? I think that took an awful lot of vision. Now, what is vision? To me, vision is a commitment to creating idealized versions and sharing them. Creating and sharing idealized versions. Versions of yourself, versions of your organization, versions of your country, versions of your planet. Cousins and Posner, two researchers who've been looking into leadership for years, identified 5 exemplary practices, 5 things that leaders do, good leaders do, more than others. And one of the things they identified was they inspire a shared vision. And so the idea of creating an idealized version and continually sharing it and working to move yourself and others towards it, that is a fundamental tenet of leadership. So my idealized version of myself is someone who gets up every day and by the end of the day has made sure they did specific acts that are consistent with a set of values that I care about. That's my idealized version of myself. I don't live up to it every day. Your idealized version of you or your organization, you're not going to live up to it every day, but you are going to continually reference it. You are going to continually reference that vision, that idealized version, when you make decisions to ask, how likely is it the decision I'm making is going to move me closer to that? Ultimately, that's what vision's about. So, what kind of question could we use? I think the question I like to use when I want to make sure that I'm living vision every day is, what did I do today to remind someone how things should be? And remember, whenever I say remind someone, that someone could be you. What did I do today to remind someone how things should be? That is a question that if you answer it every day, you're going to recognize and live vision all the time. You need vision in order to move towards what you want. Now, the vision doesn't need to be a specific way. It's going to be like, this is, you know, when it has this much or we've accomplished this much, then we will have hit it. A vision is really about how you choose to behave on a daily basis. What is the idealized version of your daily behavior? What is the idealized version of your organization's daily behavior? That's what vision's all about. What did I do today to remind people the way things should be? The Day One video vlog. I'm Dudley.